Hello, today I'm going to be testing out a series of cheap wireless microphones for iPhone, and these range in price from £10 all the way up to £40 here. So the first ones we're going to test out are these ones. This cost me £10 for the whole set, and you get 2 transmitters and 1 receiver all together in a USB-C charge case. Now I've even seen this set for £6, so this is the cheapest set by far, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the worst set. Let's go and listen to it.
Now I'm in my favourite place for audio tests, and because we've had a lot of rain, look at this. The whole path is flooded. I'll have to find a different way out. But yeah, this is where I'm going to be doing my audio test. So first of all, I'm using the cheapest mic set, which is the £10 dual mic set, which is white. And yeah, is it any good? Let's find out.
The next set I'm testing is soomfon. Now here you get 1 receiver and 1 transmitter, again in a charge case. It's smaller than the other ones, but you've only got 1 microphone. Let's see how they fared.
So next set is the soomfon. I never know how to say this. This cost less than 20. I'll get the exact price later. And again, let's see how well this one does against such a horrific noise of that running water.
The next set are called hoyiours, and I've done my own review of this. Now you get 2 of these microphones. Now they come with a wind muff that's detachable, so I can take this off. I actually don't know how useful it is when the microphone is here and the wind muff sits atop of it. I don't know how useful it is. There's no charge case, but you do get 2 of the transmitters, a USB-C cable that splits into 2, and a receiver. Now it's worth saying that for all of these systems, the receiver doesn't need any power whatsoever. It takes its power from the phone.
So next up is the hoyiours, which cost £18. And again, this is a twin set, but it doesn't include a charge case. So one of the advantages of the hoyiours is it has a wind muff, although I really don't know how good the wind muff is going to be. But there we are, it does contain a wind muff.
And the last set is the Ulanzi J12, which again has 1 receiver, 2 transmitters, and the case is a charge case. I looked on Amazon today and the Ulanzi J12 cost £40, but I'm pretty sure I got mine for somewhere between £25 and £30. And you might think, the Ulanzi J12 does look very similar to this cheap one. It might be they're exactly the same, but there's a huge saving to have on this one.
And the last set is the Ulanzi J12, and these might be exactly the same as the white set that costs $10. These are the Ulanzi J12, and these cost about just under £30 or $30. And what I'm doing with all these tests is I'm not putting on any special noise cancelling. I'm just doing the standard default settings. So I've actually put the mic in a slightly different position, but I don't think that's going to make any difference to the overall testing. This is the Ulanzi J12.
So after listening to those in the field in really testing conditions, I'm not sure there's really a great deal of difference between them. There are some very subtle differences, and certainly there's a huge difference between using the phone and using the phone with one of these mic sets. Probably in terms of best sound quality, I think the best sound quality came from the hoyiours and the Ulanzi J12s. I think they're about the same, and I think these two were approximately about the same, but in terms of sound quality, not quite as good as these. It just comes down to what you're after. If you can get something like this for £5.99 or £10, then that is absolutely brilliant. The soomfon have one advantage over the others in that, let me just take these out. When the receiver is in the phone and when the transmitter is on, you get an indication light on both, and that shows that they're paired. So a light will illuminate here when it's got power, and you know they're both connected. That's quite a useful feature. You get a charge case, but you only get 1 transmitter. Now the Ulanzi J12, you get 2 transmitters, you get 1 receiver, you get a charge case, and you can change the noise cancelling on these. You can go through different settings of noise cancelling. They're the only ones that you can do that on, but these can be more expensive because you're paying for the brand. So with the hoyiours, you do get wind muffs. I still question how good they are, but it's just a bit fiddly. It's not as easy to get things out of this container rather than dedicated charge case. So whether you go for cheap, for knowing that you've got a connection, having wind muffs, or going with the reliability of a known brand. It's really up to you, but I don't think there's too great a difference between these, and the differences are very, very subtle. I hope you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe.